to the installation and integration guide here for the inBrain Surveys React Native module. So getting things started, we're going to start off by using our npm install command to actually bring in our inBrain Surveys assets for use. Okay, as that process completes, we're going to go back to our package.json here. We notice the 1.07 version number of the module. And we're going to go now to our app.tsx file. In here, this is where we're actually handling our configurations. Here you see we've added the identifiers for our client ID and client secret values as provided by inBrain. And we also have our init options, which are for the init function, which you'll see here. We have both the client ID, the client secret, and those options as parameters for that init. This is here where we have our on-click trigger here, where we actually will present the inBrain web view experience. So now we want to actually bring up the Android emulator running our inBrain Surveys integration. So we're going to use the npm run Android command and allow it to initialize. Alright, we have our emulator loading up the state. We'll just allow it to do what it does. Continuing the initialization as it goes. Almost there. And here we go. Now, that trigger that we showed earlier will be presenting from this orange button you see here. And we're just going to click it. Alright, so what you're seeing now is the initialization of our survey wall, and here's a test survey that we're going to go through. Okay, so being that this is a test survey, you have a completion or termination option just to test the two outcomes, and you have your redirect back to the survey wall. So things look pretty good and well integrated here. And for in-app callbacks, non-server to server applications, we have a points label there as well. So here we're going to edit the SDK parameters and reload the app. Allow the emulator to reset the state. And we're going to give it another go so you can see those edits made to the configuration. So we're going to open the survey wall. Notice we've changed the coloring of the upper wall, and we named it a surveys wall, so you see that ability to edit the look and feel. And we're back to the survey wall. And because we've changed the language, you see that things are in the French language, so you have that ability to provide that value as well. So now it's time for us to take a look at the iOS experience. So we're going to configure using the pod install command. This is going to install the iOS compatible CocoaPod version of the framework, and it's going to generate that project file. Now, of course, we need to go into the Xcode environment, being that this is now the iOS slice. So let us set up our Xcode appropriately. I'm going to go to the iOS folder, and we're going to open it up. We see our development pods here with the inBrain surveys module added with the since it's the iOS world, it's a .exe framework available, and we want to make sure to, in our target membership, select it and select inBrain surveys required. That is essential. Now, let's get ready to build the app. And we know this is Xcode, so it could take a little while. Here's our iOS simulator here, ready to present. Alright, here's our look and feel similar to the last one in the Android emulator. So we're going to open the survey wall and complete a survey just as we just did. As you see, because we have the settings, they translate just as they did in the Android emulator. And we're going to take a survey here. Once again, one of the two outcomes in our test surveys, and we can simulate our outcome. Back to the survey wall, and we'll give it a close. So thank you for the inBrain React Native integration. We're here for all of your monetization via surveys needs. It's another great day here at inBrain.